What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Zach again. I'm back with you guys. We're going to do a little daily dose of cannabis news. As of course, we will always have our group podcast, but I figured we'd spice it up a little bit, change it up, do some daily stuff because there's always some stuff that we can be able to talk about. And I think we need to definitely discuss the things that I jotted down this morning. I was going to go out here. I'm on my river walk, and I was going to go out here and do my morning cardio, but it's a little bit rainy outside, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. So I'm in the studio, in my auto studio, so we'll do it from here, and then I'll go out there and hoodie up and get my cardio in outside. So I would turn it around, let you guys see, but it is a absolute mess outside. But with that being said, I hope everybody's having a great day. Today is February 29th. It's Thursday. There's one more day left in the week, hopefully, to end your week off for your weekend. No football, of course, but we are getting into, I guess, basketball season, so hopefully you can be able to entertain yourself in between now and all the way going into football season, the beginning of it. But the draft or the combine's getting ready to start too. But anyway, with that being said, let's get started with some cannabis news. We're going to start with Reuters.com, and we're going to move all the way over to Thailand. So as we know, Thailand has been going through a lot of changes, but just recently they agreed to ban recreational cannabis use by the end of year, the health minister says. The misuse of cannabis is seen by having the negative impact on children. So the main, I guess, premise of the article was about, without saying it, seemed like it was a lot about the misuse and the impact that it was having negatively on children that was in Thailand. The projected worth that was about to hit next year was 1.2 billion in the country. They're going to continue to allow medical use, but the rules were rushed according to critics. A lot of folks said that they kind of, adopted these rules prematurely, and this is what they, the result of it, has become. But yeah, the resounding statement across the board was that it sounded like a lot of kids were misusing cannabis in Thailand, and this is why they're pulling back on it. The health minister said that legally registered shops in Thailand have amassed over 20,000 shops, and they've opened last year. So it amassed 20,000 stores across the country right now. The new law is going to be a controlled plant, so you're going to need to have permission from the government to be able to support it medically. Anything else, if you are consuming it in public, the fine for usage of it will be the equivalent of $1,700 US. If you're selling it or distributing it, it is going to be $2,800. Farming fines is $560 previously. That just went up to $8,000. Import, export, cultivation, commercial use will require permits now, and the government will allow the licenses that are currently existing, so 20,000, they're going to allow them to operate still until their permits expire, and they're going to be able to reconvene with the new rules under the medical program if they can comply under those restrictions. They also added that no impact will be had on tourism, they believe, the government, from the new regulation. That is something I don't know about. I think that we have to see what the new medical regulations are going to be for people to apply if they want to go to the country, and they do have a legit reason and they're in the country and not a citizen. I think that's going to be to the detriment, and also the usage of smoking in public. You're going to get fined for it now if you don't have a medical card. So another really, really good one today was the global cannabis outlook and the worldwide developments that are going on in 2024. So looking not just at the U.S. market, but at the global market and what that is looking like going into this year. So today, the cannabis market worldwide is projected to reach about $61 billion in revenue for 2024, for this year alone. and it's also expected to reach $103 billion by 2028. This is according to Newsweek.com. They mainly put the focus on Europe, which they originally covered the population of Europe, and they showed how massive Europe can be when they fully legalize. And so currently there's 448.4 million people in the European Union. So the potential for the cannabis market there is larger than the United States and Canada combined. Presently, medical cannabis is legal in 23 countries in the EU, including Germany, the Netherlands, Italy, and 5 other nations have also decriminalized it on top of that. Several other nations in Europe are embracing cannabis legalization to varying degrees, while some countries such as Portugal and Luxembourg are exploring the implemented full recreation legalization. So they're going full rec in a couple countries right now. Germany has 7 million Germans utilize the medical cannabis program in 2022 out of 83 million Germans. So close to about 10% of Germans are currently using the medical cannabis platform that's utilized or that's maintained by the government. Was very interesting to see that, the EU is just amassing the U.S. and cannabis market, and they're just getting started. So that also brings me to the next topic that they talked about across the world that was going to be another one that's going to be a huge, huge market. And it's kind of a farming program for how the citizens are going to respond to the cannabis market in the rest of the EU. And they moved their direction towards Switzerland. So Switzerland has an extremely interesting program that they're mapping out. So right now, currently, they only distribute cannabis products that are less than 1% THC. All the other cannabinoids are on the board, but you can't have over 1% of THC. The pilot programs that they're running right now is going to be in multiple jurisdictions. They're going to involve thousands of participants across the country as well. And this program that they just initiated, is going to last 5 years. And there's going to be some online surveys that every citizen, in each municipality, they'll be able to go on and fill out, as well as maintaining a medical suitability test. So they have to go in and go get a physical. They have to fill out these forms, talk to therapists, talk to mental health experts, and get, basically, a full bill of health before they can be able to even be accepted into the program too. So, and then while they're in that program, they maintain that same suitability. So participants will be able to legally possess basically cannabis products at a designated location. You just can't say, all right, you're part of the suitability program. You can go to any dispensary that you want across the country. They're going to tell you where to go and buy your cannabis at and what you can buy. And they do that to ensure that it's for personal consumption as well, and to see how your body is responding to the cannabis that is provided in your jurisdiction. So I'm assuming that they're going to have the rollout where you have certain areas or certain jurisdictions where there may be a little bit more higher grade cannabis or higher grade THC. That will be in one municipality. They'll study and watch that town or that area, and then they'll do the same thing with another area, and they may start them out slowly. So I like this idea so far. The health authority approved this in 2023. So this is going to be their first year that they're running this program, and we'll start to see some full stats on it. And currently, I didn't see anything that was available for full stats. But the first legal adult use cannabis dispensaries were in Europe because of this. Very, very low percentage of THC, but technically this was the first dispensary that was established in the EU since they were established last year. The program will observe and monitor, also document participants' consumption patterns and physical mental health. The results will be used to help inform any potential adult use reforms in Switzerland, as well as the rest of the EU. So when I talked about a farming program to see how cannabis is introduced into the EU, it looks like Switzerland is picking up the bill for that. So Interesting stuff. Good job, Switzerland. I'm going to follow this and track this very closely. I think that this is, again, the first time that any country on the planet has decided, hey, this is how we want to phase into cannabis. We want to start it in municipalities, track them, make sure that they go to a certain dispensary and they're consuming the products that we're able to monitor and track accurately. So I love it. I love it. They didn't really say too much about the U.S. It was mostly about emphasizing the other countries that's going to be emerging now in the world, in the global market on cannabis. So if I'm a cannabis investor, I'm looking into the EU. I'm looking to diversify my portfolio out of Canada, possibly, because Canada's having a big tank with all of their investments, except for the things that they're investing in outside of their country. So, if I was privy to be able to invest into a lot of money and where I would put it in cannabis, I would be looking into the European market. So that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully that was real quick and to the point. Again, I'm gonna get ready to go and hit my cardio. I was hoping that the water and the rain and the wind would get a little bit better, but it ain't looking like it's happening. So you guys have a great day. I'll check back in with you guys either tomorrow or when there's some more breaking cannabis news, as well as our weekly podcast that we'll have, and we'll have a group discussion about everything. So until then, you guys take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.